Hello, everyone, and welcome to World Championship Wrestling. Josh with you from Atlanta, Georgia.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WCW World Television Championship.
What a night it was last Saturday at the Clash of the Champions. We crowned our first World Television Champion. He is none other but the Enforcer, Arn Anderson, and he's defending the title here tonight against Chief Wahoo McDaniel. 15-minute time limit imposed on this one. So glad you're with us for another night of great wrestling action. And we are with you for over an hour this evening. What a night it was. Nature Boy Ric Flair is still the world champion. He is here in the building this evening. He and Tully Blanchard are taking on their rivals, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and the Boss, Magnum TA. Ric Flair lost that match to Magnum TA, the main event. One of two main events last Saturday. Magnum TA picked up the victory, but by disqualification, and so Ric Flair retained the gold. But things definitely not settled between the Nature Boy and the Boss. And they will lock horns this evening. Magnum TA with Dusty Rhodes in his corner. Rhodes defeated Tully Blanchard in that first blood match, but things definitely not settled there either. Tully Blanchard said he never agreed to a first blood match, and he was forced into it. And he wants revenge against Dusty Rhodes. And there you see him right there, leading out the Four Horsemen. A chorus of boos from this sold-out crowd for the Horsemen. There you see him, the world champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair, and Barry Windham. Great win for Barry Windham at the Clash last week over Ron Garvin in that first blood match. There's the Anderson proudly wearing the World Television Championship. Nature Boy Ric Flair sporting the richest prize in wrestling, that World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, there was a controversial finish to that U.S. Championship match. Referee Bill Scott admitted that he thought the match was a no disqualification match. Nikita Koloff used the chair on Lex Luger. Koloff should have been disqualified, but Koloff went on to win the contest. But tonight, there will be a rematch for that U.S. Championship. The total package Lex Luger will get another chance at the Russian Nightmare Nikita Koloff. Barry Windham will also be in action this evening, taking on the Raging Bull Manny Fernandez. Also, Robert Gibson taking on Stan Lane. If Gibson wins that match, the Rock and Roll Express will get a rematch for the World Tag Team titles against the Midnight Express at Clash of the Champions 3, Bash at the Beach, later this month. As you know, the Rock and Roll Express picked up a count-out win over the World Tag Team Champions at the Clash last Saturday, but the Midnight Express retained the titles. Let's go down to our ring announcer.
Introducing the challenger from Texas, weighing in at 280 pounds, Daniel. Introducing the champion from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 225 pounds, he is the WCW World Television Champion, the Enforcer, Arn Anderson.
Black Bart and Wild Bill Irwin, the Long Riders, scored an impressive victory over the Italian Stallion and Chief Wahoo McDaniel last Saturday. And they have earned a U.S. Tag Team title shot here tonight against the champions, the All-American Ron Simmons and Sam Houston, who also retained the titles. That was a double countout, unfortunately, between Sam Houston, Ron Simmons, and the challengers, Ivan Koloff and Baron Von Raschke. Black Bart and Wild Bill were next in line for a title shot. They're going to get it this evening. What a night it's going to be. Clothesline there by the Enforcer, Arn Anderson. That time limit favors the champion. If it goes to the time limit draw, Anderson retains the title. Also tonight in action, Brad Armstrong's here. We'll also see the Barbarian and Warlord, who came up empty last Saturday. Great cage match, though, with the Road Warriors. Could have gone either way, but the Road Warriors came out on top. Eddie Gilbert's also here, along with Missy Hyatt. Great way to kick off June, the month of June. And we are just 1 month away from the Great American Bash Tour. Wahoo now has Anderson up, the champion, in trouble. Standing vertical suplex. Ric Flair looking on with concern. Cover here by Wahoo. One. A 1 count only. The enforcer kicks out. Anderson defeated Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin to win the TV title in the finals of the tournament last Saturday. Wahoo now in control. Tomahawk chop to the top of the head. May have knocked Anderson out. Turns him over. Cover. Hooks the leg. One. Anderson kicks out. No one in the corner of Wahoo McDaniel. Italian Stallion is not in the building this evening. Tully Blanchard jumps up on the apron, shouting at Wahoo McDaniel. Here comes Anderson from behind. Look out, Chief Wahoo. Double A, the champion, coming over. Spins him around. Beautiful crossroads maneuver there. Takes down Chief Wahoo McDaniel. Wahoo spins free. What a clothesline there by the Chief. He floored the enforcer. And Tully Blanchard just threw a chair into the ring. If Anderson uses it, he'll be disqualified. Wahoo shoots him into the corner. Off the ropes now. Drives him face first to the mat. And Anderson's lucky that Wahoo did not drive him face first into that steel chair. A 1 count only. The champion kicks out. Our first of 3 title matches here this evening. U.S. Tag titles also on the line in the U.S. Championship. And of course the big main event, Tully Blanchard and Ric Flair. The world champion taking on Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA. He just threw Anderson up and over the top rope. That is not a disqualification in World Championship Wrestling. Wahoo throws Anderson up and over the railing he goes. Anderson now among the crowd. He leaps back over that steel barricade. Good forearm shot there by Double A. But Wahoo just threw him shoulder first into that steel ring, or that steel steps, I should say. Distracted here as Anderson is in trouble. And Wahoo being confronted now. Here comes Barry Windham over. Ric Flair also lurking behind him. Wahoo has him up. Atomic drop. We might crown a new champion here this evening. Bill Scott talking about distractions. He was distracted. Trying to throw that chair out of the ring, and then Wahoo went for the cover. Traps the leg and snaps it down. Anderson now being choked in the corner. And finally Bill Scott throws that chair out of the ring. Wahoo picks him up. Whips him into the corner, puts him up on the top rope. What's he going to do with him? The champion in trouble. Wahoo going for the superplex. He landed it. That could be all for Arn Anderson. What a short reign that would be. Anderson has only been the champion for 7 days. Sleeper hold here by Wahoo. Anderson fading fast. We're not even 5 minutes into the contest, and Anderson is in a lot of trouble. Able to break free there. Good right hand. Front face lock by the enforcer. Trips him up. What's he going to do here? Anderson going for that figure 4 leg lock. Locks it in. Wahoo is very close to the ropes, and he'll grab the bottom rope and force the break. Anderson, though, stays on him. He'll lock the leg. Pulling Wahoo away from the ropes. Smart wrestling there by the enforcer. Less than 10 minutes remain in the time limit. What a way to kick off our program with a World Television title match. A 1 count only. Wahoo kicks out. The TV title will be defended each and every week here on World Championship Wrestling. Whether the champion's the enforcer or Wahoo McDaniel, it's a title that must be defended weekly. Throws him face first into that steel, exposed steel. Anderson had removed the top turnbuckle, and now face first. Look at that. He's going to bust him wide open. Repeatedly into that exposed steel. There's no turnbuckle pad there. And Wahoo grabbing between the eyes. Anderson's going to remove another turnbuckle pad. We've seen him do this before. He's going to throw him right into it. Back first this time. Anderson was going to clothesline him down, but Wahoo just collapsed before Anderson could make contact. Wahoo in a lot of trouble now. The tide has changed. Wahoo slides in though. Referee Bill Scott repairing that turnbuckle. Rolling knee. He was looking down at Ric Flair when he did that. That's a move that Ric Flair uses. That rolling knee drop. Wahoo now trying to force Anderson to submit. Good seesaw battle here. Wahoo back on offense, but Anderson with a snapmare. Both great wrestlers. What a left there. He just jabbed him hard. And Wahoo just collapsed against the ropes. Anderson just wailing on him. Wahoo now fighting back. The fans behind Chief Wahoo McDaniel, they want to see a title change this evening. Cover here by the Chief. Hooks the leg. 2. Near fall. Fans thought they had him right there. Drives the knee to the spine. Wahoo now turns him over. He's going to put on the figure 4. Payback here from Wahoo. And locks it in. Can he force Anderson to submit here? Anderson out a world of hurt. Anderson pounds the leg and now slaps the face. And that forces a break. Spine buster out of nowhere. He's getting pinned. Caught him by surprise. That's going to be all. No, near fall. Wahoo just kicked out. Another cover by the enforcer. No, Wahoo got the shoulder up. 7 minutes remain in the time limit. Anderson sizing up Wahoo. DDT. He planted him. Cover. Leg hooked. 2. Anderson's still a champ. Hard-fought victory for the enforcer. He is still your world television champion. And he'll defend the title again here next Saturday. Impressive victory over Chief Wahoo McDaniel, his first title defense. And it's successful here this Saturday night, June the 7th. And mark your calendars, June 28th. That's going to be our next Clash of the Champions. We're calling it Bash at the Beach.
Here is your winner, and still WCW World Television Champion, the Enforcer, Arn Anderson.
Please don't go away. We've just gotten started. More action still to come. Welcome back, wrestling fans. Rip Rogers challenging Brad Armstrong. Big matchup here. Both men up-and-coming wrestlers.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Indiana, weighing in at 215 pounds, Rip Rogers.
Both men eyeing that world television title held by the enforcer, Arn Anderson. One would think the winner of this match would be a top candidate to get a title shot. Up next, fans, U.S. Tag Team titles on the line. Black Bart and Wild Bill Irwin, the Long Riders. They are taking on the champions Sam Houston and Ron Simmons. Some appreciation for Rip Rogers here in Atlanta, Georgia. But they really love Brad Armstrong, and he's making his way to the ring right now.
And his opponent from Marietta, Georgia, weighing in at 226 pounds, Brad Armstrong.
What an ovation for Brad Armstrong. Both men well matched. I would say the speed is even. Armstrong might have a slight edge. Both men with similar physiques as well. Should be a great matchup here. Referee Bill Scott calls for the bell. Big right hand there by Rip Rogers. Rogers now taking down Brad Armstrong. And he's going to apply that Russian leg sweep on Armstrong. That's a move that Armstrong uses to put away his opponents. And it's Rogers using it on Brad here this evening. Rogers going to work. Driving the elbow to the shoulder. Rogers now picks him up. Armstrong just collapsed. Rogers drives the elbow right to the knee. Into the corner goes Brad. Charging in. Armstrong moves out of the way. Spins him around. And there's a Russian leg sweep. Armstrong does not. Yeah, he's going for the cover now. Leg hook. That could be all. No. Rogers kicked out way too early to use that move. I think Armstrong was just paying him back. Good suplex there by Brad. Now puts the boots to Rogers. Double axe handle to the neck. Rogers now takes down Brad. Great counter. Rogers no slouch in the ring. Into the corner goes Armstrong. And again, Brad moves out of the way. And now Brad has him swinging neck breaker. Rogers now in trouble. Brad Armstrong kicks the lower back. The elbow. Just want to wish you a happy summer. We're fast approaching it. Just a couple weeks away now. To me, when the calendar rolls around to June, we're in it. We're in summer. Into the ropes goes Rogers. What a chop there by Brad. Stomping the back of the legs. Rogers, though, kicks him right in the face. And a forearm shot takes down Brad Armstrong. Brad, though, fighting back. Jacks his jaw. Good high cross body. Did not go for the cover. Fans standing here in Atlanta. Brad might be going for that Russian leg sweep. Hooks him good this time. He planted him. Quick cover. Wraps up the leg. 1, 2. And Brad Armstrong going to the pay window this evening. He's in the winner's circle. Great hard-fought victory over Rip Rogers here this evening. There you see it. That beautiful Russian leg sweep. No one executes it better.
Here is your winner, Brad Armstrong.
Don't go away. More action still to come. Fans, we got an altercation in the back. Our camera's bringing you back there. That's Sting with a Scorpion Death Drop on the TV champion. Arn Anderson, things definitely not settled between Sting and the Enforcer. And now Sting putting the boots to the Enforcer. Where's the Horseman? I didn't know Sting was even in the building this evening. Throws him into that brick wall. And now Sting walking away. Let's get back to the ring. U.S. Tag Team title match. Sting holding that grudge against Arn Anderson, the TV champion. Meanwhile, the Long Riders, Black Bart, Wild Bill Irwin, making their way to the ring. What a sneak attack by the Stinger. Usually it's the other way around. It's the Enforcer or Ric Flair or Tully Blanchard or Barry Windham attacking Sting or Lex Luger or someone else. Magnum or Dusty. But tonight, Sting getting revenge on the Enforcer, Arn Anderson. And you know Sting would love to get Anderson in the ring for a TV title match. But more personally, he has a grudge against Anderson. He feels that Anderson cost him a shot at the World Championship by getting involved in that match with Ric Flair. And the champions making their way to the ring, Ron Simmons and Sam Houston. Their last title defense resulted in a double countout against Ivan Koloff and Baron von Raschke. And tonight they are taking on a very strong tag team, the Long Riders. They would love to win the titles here this evening. As I mentioned, what a win last week over Italian Stallion and Chief Wahoo McDaniel. Wahoo riding a losing streak right now. Let's go down to the ring announcer.
WCW United States Tag Team Black Bart, Bill Irwin, on the way to the ring at a combined weight of 535 pounds, Black Bart and Bill Irwin. Black Bart, Bill Irwin, and their opponents at a combined weight of 496 pounds. They are the United States Sam Hughes Tim and the All-American Ron Simmons.
Fans will have more details about the Clash of the Champions 3 on Saturday, June the 28th, next week. What a night it's going to be. But what a night it is here this evening. U.S. Tag Team titles on the line. Our second of 3 title matches. Black Bart starting things off against Sam Houston. No love lost here. Houston with that spinning toe hold has Bart on the mat. Houston now has him up. Great move there by Sam. Had the legs raised, I should say. Didn't really have him up. Into the ropes goes Black Bart. Beautiful dropkick, but Bart does not go down. But Sam Houston takes him down that way. Went for the knee, nobody home. Black Bart moved out of the way. Bart picks him up. Drops him gut first over the knee. Punishing move there by Black Bart. And Bart makes that tag to Wild Bill Irwin. We saw Houston involved in a feud with the Long Riders a couple months ago. Suplex and bridge here. Got a 1 count only. Ron Simmons got involved in that feud as well. Running clothesline by the All-American. And a leaping elbow drop. Found the mark. Picks him up. Kick to the midsection. Turns him over. What a neck breaker there by Simmons. One half of the champions. They have been the U.S. Tag Team Champions for 42 days. A 1 count only. Wild Bill kicks out. They, of course, are the first U.S. Tag Team Champions. Stomps the posterior. But Wild Bill gets up quickly. Good backdrop. Had the man up in the lights. And Wild Bill goes over. He'll make the tag to Black Bart. Sam Houston tagged back in. We're back to the 2 guys that started it. Right hand there by Houston. And a knee to the midsection. Good takedown by Sam Houston. Went for the chop. Nobody home. But a high knee lift connects right in the mouth. Houston cranking the neck. Slams him down. Sam twisting the arm. Now bending it back. Punishing move there by one half of the champions. Front face lock. Reversal by Black Bart. Bart now has him up. Suplex. Modified slam. Tag made again. A lot of tags in this one. Wild Bill back in. Putting those cowboy boots to Sam Houston. Armbar. Drives him down. Knee right to the kisser. Spins him around. Into the corner goes Sam Houston. Floors him with that clothesline. And again the cowboy boots to the lower back. Now to the throat. He is working over Sam Houston. Fans did not appreciate that. Wrist lock here by Wild Bill. Overhand wrist lock. Bending the arm back. Houston, though, drives a hard fist into the midsection. 3 times. Forcing Wild Bill to break it. To break the hold. Tag made to Ron Simmons. Double team coming up. Couple of knees to the midsection. Double suplex coming up. Great move there by the champions. And Ron Simmons prevents the tag. He presents a knee to the lower back too. Pounds the chest and now flexes for the fans. But Wild Bill let him have it. That punch right to the breadbasket. Wild Bill has him trapped here. Beautiful snapmare. Now, holding the arm, driving the elbow right to the shoulder. Trying to separate it. Drives the elbow down right to the throat. Ron Simmons now. Good shoulder tackle. Simmons tried to drag Wild Bill over to the corner. Just no strength left in Ron Simmons, and at least not enough to drag the man across the ring. Stomps the lower back. Now applying that camel clutch. Wraps the legs around the knees. Has it locked in, but Wild Bill able to slip free. Wild Bill now. He's going to apply a camel clutch. No, he's raking the eyes in the face. Referee, look at that. Referee didn't see it. He raked the man's eyes. Now Wild Bill from behind makes the tag though. What a right hand by Simmons. He just floored Wild Bill Irwin, but Black Bart is a legal man now. Bart picks him up, slams him down face first to the mat. Drags him to the middle of the ring. What's Black Bart going to do here? Almost caught him Wild Bill. Elbow now. Traps the leg. Now pounding that kneecap. Trying to shatter it. Simmons grabs the middle rope, trying to pull himself up, and he does. There's no weight in that knee. He was just clotheslined up and over the top rope. Sam Houston coming over. Drop kicks Black Bart to the back. Houston checking on his partner. Picks up Bart. Throws him in the ring. And yeah, he's checking on Ron Simmons. Simmons says he's okay. He's back in the ring. Simmons now twisting the ankle. Has Bart on the mat. Sam Houston with the assist there to help Simmons turn this thing around. Kick right to the face. And the elbow again right to the knee. Some payback there. It was Black Bart working over the knees of Ron Simmons now. Simmons returning the favor. STF submission hold. Middle of the ring. Black Bart in trouble. Simmons did not have a good grip around the chin. And that enabled Black Bart to grab the hands and break free. Throws him into the corner. Tag made. Wild Bill tagged in. Double team coming up from the challengers. Had the man up in the lights and a double backdrop. It's a low ceiling here in Atlanta, Georgia. There's the bear hug. That is the move that Wild Bill used to make Italian Stallion submit last week. But Sam Houston saw what happened last week, and he came to the rescue there. Ron Simmons might have submitted if Sam Houston had not come in and interfered. Both men down. Who will get up first? Wild Bill stirring. Ron Simmons is flat on his face. Wild Bill to his feet. Stomped him right in the keister. Picks him up. Into the corner goes Ron Simmons. What a knee there by the All-American. And Ron Simmons was going for a bear hug or an inverted atomic drop. I don't know which. But it was blocked. Maybe he was going for that. The spine buster. He landed it this time. 1, 2. Near fall. The champion's almost retained right there. Kicked him right in the back. Simmons again pounding the chest. Flexing the muscles. Short arm clothesline. Down goes Black Bart. Simmons in control. Scoops him up. Running power slam. He planted him. Cover. Leg hooked 1. Can Wild Bill kick out? Yes, he can. Wild Bill got out. Bill was able to kick out. Referee Bill Scott nearly had the man's leg trapped. Wild Bill was lucky to kick out. Backdrop there by Bill. There's no one to tag. No one in the corner of Wild Bill Irwin right now. And now Black Bart finally stirring. Getting up to the apron. And now returns to his corner. And Wild Bill feels like he's in control. He turned his back on Sam Houston. Don't do that. From behind. Crucifix. He's getting pinned. 1, 2. Near fall. Wild Bill nearly made a critical mistake. Turning his back on Sam Houston. Beautiful drop kick. He thought he had the young man down. But you do not keep Sam Houston down for long. Houston now turns him over. Drops the elbow right to the chest, keeping it in. And Sam Houston calling out to the crowd. They love him here in Atlanta. He might be going for the Bulldog here. Front face lock. Can he get him? No, it's an armbar. Wild Bill was able to reposition himself, but Sam Houston made the adjustment and locked on that armbar, and Wild Bill in trouble. He needs to reach out and grab that bottom rope to break the hold, but instead he rolls Sam Houston off him. Houston, though, stays on the offense. Good backbreaker there by Sam Houston, and now drives the knee to the lower back. What a match here for the U.S. Tag Team titles. Sam again calling out to the crowd. Will he go for that Bulldog? Has him up in that suplex. No, Wild Bill with a knee right to the top of the head. Good counter there, but a right hand takes down Wild Bill. Sam Houston now with a sling blade, driving Wild Bill to the mat. Cover, leg hooked. 1, 2, and the champions are going to retain. No, they're not. Kick out there by Wild Bill. I thought Houston had him pinned right there. Houston going up top. High risk maneuver. Big splash from on top. He's got him pinned. Leg hooked. Here comes Black Bart in. A 2 count only. Ron Simmons forced Bart back. Black Bart wanted no part of the All-American. Wild Bill was able to kick out. What's Sam doing here? Right hand there by the youngster. Another backbreaker. And Sam now putting those cowboy boots to Wild Bill. It was Wild Bill doing it earlier to Sam Houston. Wild Bill needs to make a tag here. Sam Houston from behind spins him around. And the crucifix again. Can he get him? 1, 2. Another near fall. As I said, we're with you for over an hour tonight. We'll stay with you as long as we need to. Thank you so much for staying with us. Sam Houston kicking away. Going for the Bulldog. Can he land it? Yes, he does. He planted Wild Bill, but Black Bart caught him with a boot right to the face. But Sam Houston knocks him off the apron. And now Houston makes a delayed cover, but hooks the leg. Middle of the ring. Can he hold him down? Yes, he can. And the champions retain. Sam Houston and Ron Simmons with a great win over the red-hot team of the Long Riders, Wild Bill Irwin and Black Bart. Wild Bill had Ron Simmons in that bear hug early on. Sam Houston came to the rescue. Had he not done so, I think we would have new U.S. Tag Team Champions right now. But the champions rally, and Sam Houston locks on that Bulldog on Wild Bill. And that's all she wrote. They are still the U.S. Tag Team Champions. And wait a minute, here comes Ivan and Baron. They've hit the ring. That's Ivan Koloff and Baron von Raschke. They've attacked the champions. They've just wrestled a grueling match. And that's Ivan Koloff and Baron von Raschke. We've got to get some help out here for Simmons and Houston. We'll be right back. Kudos to the security team for breaking up that fight.
And his opponent.
Apparently things not over between Ivan Koloff, Baron von Raschke, and the U.S. Tag Team Champions. We saw them wrestle to a double countout last week. And Koloff and Baron came out of nowhere. I didn't even see them coming down the aisle. They hit the ring in such a flash, attacked the champions. And things obviously not settled between two members of Paul Jones's Army, Baron and Ivan, and the U.S. Tag Team Champions. Meanwhile, Baron von Raschke set to do battle with Lee Scott. Correction, Barbarian set to do battle with Lee Scott. I'm 47, fans. So I apologize for the error. I was just talking about Baron von Raschke. Referee Bill Scott calls for the bell, and the Barbarian just floored Lee Scott with a thunderous clothesline and a leaping elbow drop there by the Barbarian. Military press slams him down. Barbarian now putting the boots to Lee Scott. Another leaping elbow drop. The Barbarian just working over this youngster, taking out his frustrations. Barbarian and Warlord were so close to winning that cage match. It was a matter of Hawk. It was a matter of Hawk and Barbarian battling on top of the cage, along with Warlord. Warlord and Barbarian were dropped to the mat, and that enabled Hawk and Animal to climb out and over and win the matchup. And of course, that means the Powers of Pain move down the rankings here in World Championship Wrestling. Number 1, Paul Jones put both men in singles action here this evening to rebound. We'll see the Warlord a little later. Flying elbow drop there by the Barbarian. Nearly elbowed Lee Scott through the mat. And now deadlifting the youngster. Lee Scott is not a small man. Power bomb. Lifted the man off the mat. Power bombed him down. And now the Barbarian measures him. Clubbing blow there by Lee. He's just being worked over here. Vicious headbutt. We'll have to check Lee Scott for a concussion. Barbarian going up top. Turns around. What's he going to do here? What a moonsault there by the Barbarian. Great agility for such a large man. That's all she wrote. Barbarian squashes Lee Scott here this evening. He just dominated him. Lee Scott, no match for the awesome Barbarian. There you see it, turns around. Look at the agility. Just flips through the air. Your winner, the Barbarian.
Here is your winner, the Barbarian.
Don't go away, fans. Coming up next, it's Robert Gibson taking on Stan Lane. If Gibson wins, the Rock and Roll Express get a rematch for the World Tag Team titles at Clash of the Champions 3 on Saturday, June the 28th. Bash at the Beach. We'll be right back. Welcome back, wrestling fans. Sweet Stan Lane. Will it be Sweet Stan? We saw Jim Cornette pull the rug underneath Ricky Morton a few weeks ago.
Contest is scheduled for one fall.
He could very well send Bobby Eaton out there.
From Pensacola, Florida,
Ricky Morton is not in the building tonight, I'm told. That does not bode well for Robert Gibson. Gibson, of course, one half of the Rock and Roll Express. His tag team partner not here in Atlanta. Last I heard, he was in Nashville. Greeting a lot of fans there in Nashville. He stays busy. And it is going to be Sweet Stan Lane, one half of the tag team champions.
Accompanied by Jim from West Palm Beach, Florida, weighing in at 224 pounds, one half of the WCW champions, Sweet Stan Lane.
Jim Cornette, the manager of the World Tag Team Champions, accompanies Sweet Stan to the ring. No sight of beautiful Bobby Eaton, and that worries me. He could very well be in the building. Robert Gibson better watch his back here for this matchup. A lot on the line in this one. If Stan Lane wins, the Rock and Roll Express will not get a tag team title shot at Clash of the Champions 3. Gibson and Morton picked up a countout victory over the champions, and they feel they deserve a title shot. But Jim Cornette petitioned the championship committee into this match with that stipulation, and Robert Gibson agreed. Collar and elbow tie-up. Backs him into the corner. Will we get a clean break here? Referee trying to separate the men. And we do get a clean break. Very surprising that Sweet Stan did not pop him right in the mouth. Sweet Stan swings him into the corner. Good backbreaker there by Stan Lane. Strong kick to the neck. Gibson slow to get up here. Rolls out of the way. What a clothesline there by Robert. Took down Stan. And now Gibson drives all the way down to the lower back. Gibson has to look out for Jim Cornette. And also for beautiful Bobby Eaton, wherever he is. Hopefully he is not here in Atlanta. Gibson going up top very quick. I think the speed and agility favors Gibson. Big splash off the top rope. Cover. Leg hooked. A 1 count only. Sweet Stan kicks out. Thank you again to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. If you've not done so, please do so. It's totally free. Click on the bell so you'll be notified every time we put up a video. Good block there by Robert. Right hand. Most of our videos go up at 6:05 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. We might occasionally have other videos going up at different times. Jim Cornette now up in the face of Robert Gibson. Look out, Robert, from behind, sweet Stan. And that is what Jim Cornette wanted, to turn this match around and give Stan Lane the advantage. Good karate kick right to the ribs. Follows him in. Kick right to the mouth. Sweeping kick. Drives Gibson into the middle of the ring. Stan Lane from behind now. Has him up. What a move there by Sweet Stan. What a blow this would be to the Rock and Roll Express if they do not get a title rematch. Who knows when they'll get another shot if Gibson cannot win tonight. They will move down the ladder, that's for sure. We know the Road Warriors are right there. They want a title shot. They've got to be considered a top contender. Reverse figure 4 here by Gibson. Stan Lane trapped. He might have to give up here. Lane somehow able to break free. Definitely credit Stan Lane for that Houdini act and breaking out of that reverse figure 4. Good backbreaker there by Robert. And again, Jim Cornette shouting obscenities at Robert Gibson. Both men a heated exchange now. Gibson, though, he is going after Cornette. You can't do this, Robert. Jim Cornette just threw him back in the ring. Jim Cornette. I said he has learned to fight. He's had to. With a mouth like that, you've got to back it up. And Jim Cornette, I said he has taken some fighting lessons. Stan Lane picks him up. Went for the kick. Robert caught him. He caught the leg and took him down with that great clothesline. Gibson now. Front face lock. High knee lift right to the mouth. May have bloodied the man's mouth. Good elevation there on the backdrop. Gibson now cranking the head. Trying to force Lane to submit. Trying to wear him down. The fans here in Atlanta clearly behind Robert Gibson. Gibson now from behind. Rolls him up. Good cover here by Robert. 1, 2. Near fall. He did not have the tights. Gibson now usually plays it clean. And that's what we saw there. Big splash off the top and another cover. Here comes Jim Cornette over 2. Near fall. Cornette looks extremely worried at ringside. Gibson now again from behind. Picks him up. Atomic drop. I saw that one coming. He really connected with that atomic drop and now trying to force Lane to submit. Has him tied up, pulling back on the ankle. Lane rolls free. But Gibson with a monkey flip. Beautifully executed. The awesome Warlord in action next. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Lane trying to pull himself up. Reversal by Sweet Stan. Stan Lane now. Kick right to the kneecap. That was right to the thigh. That was dangerously close to an area Gibson would not want to get kicked in. Pulls him out of the corner. That might have resulted in a disqualification if Lane had connected. Good knee right there by Gibson. But Gibson wasting time and gets slammed down. Great move. Great recovery there by Stan Lane. He took Gibson by surprise. Drives a knee right to the throat. Now stomps the arm. And a knee right to the face. We saw Morton and Eaton. It was Eaton picking up the victory. Cover here by Lane. If Morton had won that match a few weeks ago, he would have gotten Jim Cornette in the ring for 5 minutes. The next stipulation is if Gibson wins, the Rock and Roll Express get a World Tag Team title shot in 3 weeks at the Clash of the Champions, Bash at the Beach. If he loses, the Rock and Roll Express move down the ladder, and it might be a long time before they see another title shot. Throws him up and over. Gonna suplex him back in. Cornette apparently threw a chair into the ring, and now Gibson was lucky he was not suplexed on it right there. Lane going up top. This could be all. This could be all for Robert Gibson. Referee Bill Scott throws that chair out of the ring, thankfully. Lane. No, Gibson caught him. Great counter there by Robert. He saw him coming. And now Gibson stalking Lane. Fans standing here in Atlanta. What's he going for? Swinging neck breaker. Cover. Leg hooked. Look out for Jim Cornette. Look out for Bobby Eaton. Where is he? Gibson wins. No interference from Eaton. Maybe he was not in the building after all. Robert Gibson has won. And we have our first match signed for Clash of the Champions 3. The Rock and Roll Express will get that World Tag Team title rematch against the Midnight Express, much to the chagrin of Jim Cornette. Impressive victory by Robert Gibson here this evening.
Here is your winner, Robert Gibson.
Don't go away, more action still to come. In the ring, Bill Malky and the Awesome Warlord set to do battle. Number 1, Paul Jones in the corner of his man and the Warlord. Wasting no time. Great suplex there. And now the Warlord from behind. A reverse suplex. Suplexed him out of his boots nearly. Kick to the back. Now the Warlord. Raining down. Left hands. What a forearm right to the forehead. Just taking apart young Bill Malky. And Bill Malky probably wishes he was somewhere else. Double axe handle to the back. Warlord also taking out the frustrations of losing that steel cage match against the Road Warriors. Gut wrench suplex. The Road Warriors now considered the number two contenders to the tag team titles. Spinning back elbow. The Rock and Roll Express, the number 1 contenders. Into the corner. Charge again. Caught him with a jumping knee, it looked like. It was hard to tell. Pulls him out of the corner. Just dominating young Bill Malky. German suplex. Warlord wasting no time this evening. Scoops him up. Running power slam. Cover. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Good night, Bill Malky. Dominant win for the Warlord. The Warlord and Barbarian feeling confident this evening with 2 impressive victories. They are on the comeback trail. Let's get the official word.
Here is your winner, Warlord.
Don't touch that dial. Manny Fernandez, the Raging Bull, takes on Barry Windham. That is coming up next. Welcome back, wrestling fans. Big matchup here. Both men top contenders to the U.S. Championship. The Raging Bull making his way to the ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from El Paso, Texas. Weighing in at 275 pounds, Manny Fernandez.
Fans, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert is here. He is in action next. Missy Hyde also in the building. That is his manager. Still to come, the U.S. title on the line. Return match. The champion, Nikita Koloff, the Russian Nightmare, taking on the Total Package Lex Luger. The number 1 contender, Total Package Lex Luger. And of course, our main event still to come. Tully Blanchard and world champion Ric Flair taking on the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and the boss, Magnum TA. That is our main event this evening. We have seen 2 successful title defenses here. Will we see a third? Can Koloff keep the gold? He has been the champion for 42 days. But Lex Luger hungry for the gold. Can he win it tonight?
Accompanied by J. Dublin. And from Texas, weighing in at 275 pounds, Barry Windham.
Windham not coming out with the rest of the Horsemen, just his manager, James J. Dillon, the manager of the Horsemen, accompanying Windham to the ring. Anderson has already wrestled tonight, Arn Anderson. Flair and Tully getting ready for their big main event later. And so Barry Windham going solo here this evening. A lot of people have said that Barry Windham seems like the most confident of the 4 Horsemen. He definitely appreciates having the Horsemen in his corner, but he'll go it alone as well. Big challenge for him here tonight as he takes on Manny Fernandez. Windham, of course, the master of that claw. Manny Fernandez uses that flying forearm shot to put away his opponents. Windham also used a superplex. So many tools for Barry Windham. Referee calls for the bell. Good elbow strike there. Good back elbow by the Raging Bull. And a good belly-to-belly suplex takes down Windham. Leaping leg drop across the throat. Now snaps the head down. Fernandez going to work. Cover here by the Raging Bull. 1. Knee to the back of the head. Front face lock. Armbar by the Raging Bull. Trying to force Windham to submit early. As we said, we're approaching the 7 o'clock hour, but we're going to stay with you to bring you all the matches promised. We've got 3 more matches after this one. So we're not going anywhere. Fireman carry takeover. Cover. Another quick cover here by the Raging Bull, trying to catch Windham off guard. Camel clutch here by Barry. Trips him up. Beautiful drop kick there by Windham. Forearm strike. He blasted him. Into the ropes goes Manny. Drop down. Good spinning back elbow. He floored Manny Fernandez. Now stomps the arm. Again. Stomps the bicep. Cover here by Barry. 1, 2. Near fall. Fernandez just kicked out. Clubbing blow there by Barry. Good suplex there by Barry Windham. Good maneuver here. Trying to take Fernandez down. Manny rolls out of the way. Another good back elbow right to the jaw. Cleaned his clock. Good belly-to-belly suplex. Cover here by the Raging Bull. 1, 2. A 2 count only. Fernandez would love to challenge either Nikita Koloff or Lex Luger for that U.S. Championship, but so would Barry Windham. Both men want to be in line for a U.S. title shot in the near future, but they've got to win here tonight. One of these 2 men will move up the ladder. One will fall. Barry now has Manny. Face first into that top turnbuckle goes the Raging Bull. Vicious chop in the corner. Windham now springs to the middle rope. And a sunset flip. Can he hold him down? No, he cannot. Windham just too tall. Could not maintain that pinning position. Windham calling out to the crowd. They appreciate him here in Atlanta. Windham is tough. He's as tough as they come. Picks him up. Clothesline there by Barry. And another. Manny, though, strikes back, but Windham off the ropes with a lariat. He caught him with a lariat. There's the claw! There's the claw! Referee should have checked that glove. It might be loaded. It's over. It's over. Windham wins. Out of nowhere, applied that vicious claw, and Fernandez faded past. Windham picks up the victory here this evening. A hard-fought win, but a win nonetheless. Windham walking tall here in Atlanta, Georgia. And there you see it, locking on that claw hold. A lot of people have speculated that there's an iron file or some kind of foreign object in that glove that allows Windham to apply more pressure.
Here is your winner, Barry Windham.
Maybe a piece of iron. Who knows what's in there? We'll be right back. In the ring, Thunderfoot 1, set to do battle with Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. There you see Missy Hyatt accompanying her man to the ring.
Accompanied by Melissa. And from Tennessee, weighing in at 220 pounds, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
Gilbert hoping to pick up a victory here this evening. He is favored, but you never know here in World Championship Wrestling. Thunderfoot 1 is not a pushover, nor is Thunderfoot 2, and you have to wonder which one is he really wrestling. He says it's Thunderfoot 1, but how do you really know? They look alike, both men under masks, similar physiques. Nonetheless, it is billed as Thunderfoot 1 taking on Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert this evening. And we are past the 7 o'clock hour here on the East Coast. Thank you for spending part of your Saturday evening with us. Always thankful to have you along. We would not do this without you. Referee Bill Scott calls for the bell. And Thunderfoot 1 wasting no time. Good snap suplex. One thing you have to worry about when you're taking on a masked man, are you really wrestling who you think you are? How do you really plan for a match like this? Bouncing the head off the mat. That could be Mr. Wrestling number 2 under that mask. Eddie Gilbert with a front face lock. But I would say the way that Eddie Gilbert is dominating this man, that is not Mr. Wrestling number 2. Measures him. Went for the fist. Nobody home. Maybe I spoke too soon. Thunderfoot 1 moved out of the way. Big right hand there. Into the corner. Clothesline there by Thunderfoot 1. Gilbert catches the leg. Dragon screw whipped him down. Gilbert from behind. Waistlock. Nice suplex here into a bridge. Has the man pinned. A 1 count only. Thunderfoot 1 kicks out. Elbow to the lower back. Gilbert now going for a suplex. Has him up. And down. Into the ropes. Big power slam by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Into the corner. Gilbert working him over. 1, 2. Introducing the man's face to that top turnbuckle. He rocked him. Down goes Thunderfoot 1. And Gilbert says he's going to put him to sleep. He might apply that sleeper hold right here. He was going for a good block there by Thunderfoot 1. And there's a block by Gilbert. Picks him up. Airplane spin. He's got him in the airplane spin. Drives him down to the mat. And now Gilbert going up top. Fans standing here in Atlanta. Gilbert taking his time off the ropes. Flying elbow drop. And a cover. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, and 3. Eddie Gilbert victorious this evening. Good win over Thunderfoot 1. And I would venture to guess that is not Mr. Wrestling 2 under that mask. What a good bridge and suplex there by Gilbert. Could not hold him down, but a good effort nonetheless. He does hold him down with that flying elbow drop. Eddie Gilbert, your winner.
here is your winner, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
Don't go away, the U.S. title is on the line next. Welcome back. It is time for the U.S. title match.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WCW United States Championship.
Referee Bill Scott has been well informed of the rules for this one. It is a regular match. Countouts, disqualifications all apply. But Lex Luger is hoping he does not win by either of those this evening. He wants to walk away with the title. He's got to either pin Nikita Koloff or force him to submit. Of course, Luger uses that vicious human torture rack. If he can get Nikita up in it, can he win that U.S. title? Luger will also use the pile driver. He calls it the attitude adjustment. Also a master of that superplex. Luger with so many tools. Impressive physique on the total package. Lex Luger. Could he be the next U.S. champion? Koloff has been the champion for 42 days. Will it end tonight? Will that reign end tonight? Luger looking confident. The champion makes his way to the ring. Coming out from behind the curtain any moment. Okay, thank you. Just informed, managers Bart from ringside for this one. It's going to be a fair contest, a fair fight for the total package Lex Luger. There's no number one Paul Jones, no other member of the Paul Jones's army at ringside. U.S. title on the line. Fans happy here about this one. No excuses for Lex Luger now. One-on-one, Nikita and Luger for the U.S. title. What more could you ask for on a Saturday evening? When I think back to watching wrestling in the 80s, there was a feeling, an atmosphere that I hope we recreate through this. I don't know if we do or not, but we sure try. I've experienced it recently, that feeling of being back in the 1980s and just having no things weighing down on my mind. I just focused on, I was watching Friday the 13th, the series, which was an 80s show, a 1980s TV series. And I just kind of went back almost, as in my mind anyway, as well as I could, to what it was like watching these shows like this in the 80s. Let's go down to our ring announcer.
Introducing the challenger from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 275 pounds, the total package, Lex Luger. Introducing the champion from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 267 pounds, he is the WCW United States Champion, Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff.
Referee Bill Scott walks over to collect the U.S. Championship. It's on the line here. Could be the last time that Koloff holds the title. Luger being shown the belt. Bill Scott raises it high. It's on the line. Our third and final title shot of the evening. Title match, I should say. Bill Scott calls for the bell. Koloff wasting no time. Grabs Luger. I think Luger was looking to lock up with the Russian Nightmare. Koloff took him by surprise, grabbed him, and executed a beautiful suplex. Right hand there by the champion. The champion picks him up, drops him gut first over the knee. Luger catches the leg, takes him down. Luger sporting the blue here this evening. Koloff, of course, in red. Elbow drop there by Luger, the challenger. #1 contender to the title. Big slam there by Luger. Hooks the leg. 1, no. I think if Luger fails to win here tonight, he's going to drop down the ladder. He'll no longer be the top contender. So a lot on the line for him. He's got to make the most of this opportunity. He's never had a more fair chance with no one at ringside. There's no one to interfere. Dumps him up and over. I understand fines will be issued and potential suspensions if any man runs to the ring to try to interfere in this title match. Went for the double axe handle. Nobody home, just misjudged it. I think Luger lost his footing on that top rope. He's not used to going up off the top rope. Unorthodox move for Luger. Vicious clothesline. That's more his style. He took down the champion. Picks him up. Throws him back in the ring. Luger again going up high. Perhaps trying to take Koloff by surprise by using these unorthodox moves. These are not in his playbook. Double axe handle lands it that time. Covered by the total package. Middle of the ring. 2. Koloff just kicked out. I think Luger is catching him by surprise here. Unleashing some new moves we have not seen Luger implement before. DDT. He blasted him. Cover. Hooks the leg. A 1 count only. Koloff kicked out. Bit of trouble with our audio right there. We apologize for that. We'll got that fixed. Stomps the midsection. Picks the man up. The champion in trouble. Went for the big slam. Koloff moved out of the way. Spins him around. Waistlock. Has him up. A top drop. What an atomic drop there by the champ. Koloff, of course, is our first U.S. champion. Luger hoping to become the second. Drives the jaw right into the top of the head. Slams him down. Great strength on display by Lex Luger. Luger taunting Koloff. Front face lock. Abdominal stretch here by the challenger. He's got it locked in. Koloff might have to submit, but a good hip toss breaks the hold. Stomped him right on the foot. Stomped his foot. And now a camel clutch applied by the champ. Middle of the ring. Luger nowhere to go. Luger trying to pry the hands away from his mouth. Trips up the Russian Nightmare. Clips the leg. He took him down. And now Luger kicking the back of the leg. Can he turn him over? Yes, he can. Boston Crab. Koloff in a world of hurt. Able to power free with those powerful legs. He just flipped Luger off of him. Belly to belly suplex. He really elevated the challenger. Luger just dead weight now. Into the corner. Koloff charging in. Vicious clothesline. Takes down Luger. Cover. 1, 2. It's over. No, Luger just kicked out. Koloff thought he had him beat. So did I. Luger rolls out to the floor. Needs a timeout. The champion following. Our camera is taking you right in there. Koloff picks him up. Just carrying the man around like a sack of potatoes. But Luger uses the elbows to fight free. And throws him into the steel. Koloff hits shoulder first into those steel steps. And now Luger working on the back. Weakening it up. He's trying to weaken that back to execute that human torture rack. And again, Koloff crashes shoulder first into those steel steps. Both men could be counted out here. Up and over goes the champion. Luger does not want a count-out win. The title cannot change hands by DQ or count-out. Luger just ran the man over. What a shoulder tackle by the challenger. Luger has got him back in the ring. That's where he wants him. You can't win the title on the floor. Luger taunting Koloff. Luger now from behind. Military press. Down goes the champion. And now the right hands. Koloff in trouble. The U.S. title slipping away. Shoulder claw here by Luger. Trying to wear down the champion. But Koloff sweeps the leg out from underneath Luger. Big right hand there. Good back elbow. Koloff now off the middle rope. Measures him. Gonna drive the fist home. And he does. Right between the eyes. He drilled Luger. That could be all. He might be knocked out here. No, Luger kicked out easily. Didn't even hold him down for a 1 count. Luger was able to kick out. Belly to belly suplex again. And Luger again rolls out to the floor, trying to regroup. And now Koloff back in the ring. Luger off the ropes. What a clothesline. He took Koloff by surprise. Nikita didn't know what the man was doing. He's going for the rack. Can he get him up? We got a new champion. We got a new champion. He's got the rack locked in. Nowhere for Koloff to go. Bill Scott checking in. Koloff might have to cement the title. Slipping away from the champion. Luger's got it locked in. Koloff a long way from the ropes. Koloff fighting. Drills him in the back of the head with his right hands. Able to escape in that big right hand. Kick to the midsection. Luger shoves him off. Took him down. The challenger took him down. Nikita was fortunate to escape that human torture rack. If Luger can get it back on him again, I think it's going to be over. There's no way Nikita can withstand that hold twice. Luger going for the superplex. Might put him away right here. That's his secondary move. He got him. He got him. Luger now applying the camel clutch. Nikita might have to give up. The champion in trouble. Bill Scott checking in. Koloff shouting no. No. He won't submit. Trips up Luger. He tripped up Luger right there. Military press by Koloff. And the champion rallying. Right hands. What a match for the U.S. title. And now Nikita has Luger down. It was all Lex Luger for the past 5 minutes or so. Nikita measures him. Runs him over with a Russian sickle. Cover 1. Can Luger kick out? No. Koloff retains. Hard fought win for Nikita Koloff. He drops to his knees in victory. What a win over Luger. That is no easy task to defeat a man the caliber of the total package. But the Russian Nightmare just did it. And he proved that he is a champion to be reckoned with. Can anyone wrest that title away from the Russian Nightmare? Nikita was up in that human torture rack. Very few men have gotten out of that move. But Nikita able to do so. Hits him with that Russian sickle, and he retains the title.
Here is your winner, and still WCW United States Champion, Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff.
Good night for Paul Jones's Army. I'll tell you why here in a minute when we return. Fans, it is time for our main event, but before we go to that, Ron Simmons and Sam Houston will take on Ivan Koloff and Baron Von Raschke at Clash of the Champions 3 with the U.S. Tag Team titles on the line. A return match has been ordered. But good news for Paul Jones's Army.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 515 pounds, Magnum T.A. and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Magnum TA had Ric Flair beat so many times last week, but Flair resorted to using a foreign object, got himself disqualified to retain the title. Things definitely not settled between the boss and the Nature Boy, and Magnum happy to get his hands on Flair again here this evening. Just 1 week removed from the Clash of the Champions, and Dusty Rhodes looking forward to pounding some more on Tully Blanchard. Rhodes defeated him last week in that first blood match, a match that Tully Blanchard did not want, but was forced into. Tully also looking for revenge as well against the American Dream. And the world champion and Tully Blanchard making their way to the ring.
Accompanied of 486 pounds, Tully Blanchard. And
Baby
the
doll.
Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Baby Doll and James J. Dillon accompanying Flair and Blanchard to the ring. What a tag team they are. Two highly skilled men. What a matchup this should be as we closely approach 7:30 on the East Coast rather. Only 4:30 over there. Wherever you're watching, I'm thankful that you're here. Magnum TA starting things off for his team. Tully Blanchard for his. Magnum would rather have Flair in there, but Tully's going to take him down with a clothesline. Great move there by Blanchard. Good elbow drop. Flair would not get in the ring to start off against Magnum TA. Magnum may not get to wrestle him here tonight. That would be very disappointing. Blanchard now working over Magnum. Trying to force Magnum to submit. Magnum slips free. Good running neck breaker there. And Magnum just drilled the Nature Boy. He took him off the apron with that right hand. Leaping leg drop there by the boss. And Magnum going up top. Baby Doll looking on with concern. Big splash. And a cover. Hooks the leg. One. Slow count by the referee. Head scissors here by Magnum. Magnum better watch his back. Flair over there in the corner. Flair looked like he was going to reach over. Hit him with a cheap shot. Good elbow there by Tully. And Tully went for the clothesline. He went for a running clothesline. Magnum caught him. Hit him with that hot shot. Dropping him throat first over the top rope. And now Dusty tagged in. He wants Tully Blanchard in a bad way. And now the elbow right to the forehead. Picks him up. Military press here by Rhodes. Slams him down. Rhodes might be going for the elbow. Measures it. Right between the eyes. Shoulder claw here by Rhodes. Trying to wear down Blanchard. But Tully takes the leg out from underneath Rhodes. And Rhodes is on the mat. Tully dragging him to the corner. To the Horseman's corner. Flair tagged in. First time we've seen him. Rhodes is down. Flair gonna choke away on the American Dream. Flair picks him up. Going after the leg. Cracks the knee. He cracked the knee. Good elbow drop there. Flair now stopping the legs. Flair would love to put on that figure four leg lock and call it a night. So 2 matches signed for Clash of the Champions 3 already. Did not expect that. The Rock and Roll Express will challenge for the World Tag Team titles against the champions, the Midnight Express. Flair styling and profiling here this evening. Things going his way. Working on the legs of Rhodes. Also for the U.S. Tag Team titles, the champions, Sam Houston and Ron Simmons. Taking on the #1 contenders, Baron Von Raschke and Ivan Koloff. Big right hand there by the American Dream. And we're going to get it. Magnum TA tagged in. He wants Flair. Picks him up. Big body slam. Magnum would love to get a rematch for that world title against Nature Boy Ric Flair. Snaps the head down. Magnum now kicks the back of the leg. Turns him over. Single leg Boston Crab. Flair kicks his way free. Great escape there by Nature Boy Ric Flair. Kicked him right in the midsection. Charging in. What a clothesline there by Flair. We don't see Flair use the clothesline often, but he used it well. He took down Magnum TA. What a night Clash of the Champions 3. Bash of the Beach should be 3 weeks from tonight. 2 matches already signed. More to come in the coming weeks. They'll be announced. Got red suplex here by Blanchard. Great execution. No love lost between Tully and Magnum either. You can be assured of that. Tully now, raking the eyes. Spins him around. Whips him into the corner. Tag made to Ric Flair. The champion in. Double team here. Double backdrop. Had Magnum up in the lights. Flair now. Raking the eyes. Waistlock. Magnum slips behind. Big right hand. Magnum now drives the champion down. Face first into the mat. And now the knee to the lower back. Flair has been world champion for 42 days. Down goes Blanchard. He defeated Sting at Clash of the Champions to win the title. German suplex and bridge. 1. That was back on April 26th, my birthday. We saw Flair defeat Sting. Arn Anderson very involved in that matchup. Sting feels he cost him the title. We saw Sting attack Anderson earlier. Anderson appears to be okay. He's going to be set to defend the TV title again next week. Opponent to be named later. Unfortunately, that might be before we're on the air again. Belly to belly suplex. He's got him pinned. 1. Dusty just forced back. Tully Blanchard, and the champion has been pinned by Magnum TA. Magnum hitting with that belly to belly. He just pinned the champion. He just pinned the world champion. Too bad the title was not on the line. But Magnum TA just pinned Ric Flair. Magnum and Dusty get their revenge here tonight against Flair and Tully Blanchard. What a win. Fans, we are out of time. Again, big thank you for tuning in this evening. We'll see you again next Saturday evening, 6:05 p.m. Eastern Time.
Here are your winners.
Fans, there's something going on in the dressing room area. We're going to get our cameras back there before we go off the air. Fans, it's Nikita Koloff, and who is that's Wildfire Tommy Rich. Rich is on the floor. Koloff just threw him. Tommy Rich was set to wrestle Koloff weeks ago. And now Rich, I don't know if Rich instituted this attack or what. Down goes the champion. Lex Luger interfered, costing Rich a match against Koloff. And now Tommy Rich has got the chair. We're out of time. See you next week.